Jimmy the Monkey knew how to live, didn't he? Let's talk about your TV work early on. I loved The Saint when I was growing up. I loved it. But The Persuaders, I really loved The Persuaders. And you and Tony Curtis, that was a great thing. Did you know each other before, or did you meet when you started working together?
No, I never met him before, but I had to go to... When Lou said, you know, we're going to have Tony Curtis, and he said, I want you... Roger said, I want you to go to Los Angeles, and you're to go with Bob Baker, who was my partner, or became my partner, and Terry Nation, who was the story editor. Now, don't smoke! Tony doesn't smoke. He is the spokesman against smoking in America. Don't smoke! So we go to Tony's enormous mansion, and we sit there for 2 hours discussing the show and everything else, and then finally I could see that Terry Nation, who was a chain smoker, was dying. Bob smoked a pipe, and I said, Tony, Lou told us you don't smoke. I know you don't smoke, but Terry is dying for smoke. I wouldn't mind a fag myself, and Bob would like to smoke his pipe. And Tony says, oh, Leslie, that was his wife. Leslie, where's that ashtray we had? And she comes, ashtray? 2 months later, I'm in hospital because I had kidney stones. Otherwise, I'd have been at the airport. Tony arrives, Heathrow. They find marijuana in him. And, you know, he gets fined 50 quid.
50 quid?
Yeah.
Is that what you got back then for bringing gear in?
No, that was for letting the judge smoke it. No,
so he was a secret puffer, but he didn't like tobacco, but he favoured the weed. Yeah. OK, did you ever share a doobie with Tony Curtis?
No, not with Tony.
Oh, marvellous. We have Tony Curtis coming on in a few weeks' time.
So I heard.
Yeah, he's quite a handful, I believe. Is he? Have you met him? Are you in touch?
Not at all.
Huh?
He's actually lovely. And he'll love you.
Oh, well, that's nice. Thank you.
Dear sweet Jonathan.
That's a very good impersonation. Let me ask you about some of the great people you work with, because, man, you look at Roger's career and some of the names in this book, some of the people you work with, who to us seem, you know, it's impossible that you knew. Richard Burton, for example. The great David Niven, I mean, Gregory Peck. These are people who... And some of them you were pretty close with, weren't you?
Well, David Niven was a particularly close friend, and we made a few films together. And I went to Switzerland for the first time because David asked me to come and stay in Châteaudet, where he lived. And he was a dear friend. I miss him.
Here's a man who I would like to have met, who Sir Roger worked with. Hervé, is it Villechaize or Villechaize? Hervé. Nick Nack from the Bond movies. Remember Nick Nack? There he is. There's a great publicity photograph. I believe Ant and Dec have the same publicity photograph at the moment. What was he like? What was he like as a character? What was he like as a performer? Because he liked the ladies, didn't he? Is that true?
Yeah, you see how tall Maud Adams is. She was the one on that side.
Yeah.
And we were in Hong Kong at the Peninsula Hotel, and Hervé was walking, and his head really only came up to the bottom of the skirt. And he looked up and he said, look,
Maud, I'm going to take you upstairs and I'm going to make violent, passionate love to you.
And she said, if you do and I find out about it, I'm going to be very angry. He actually was a little bugger. He'd have a flashlight and he'd go to all these clubs in Bangkok and in Hong Kong and line the girls up and he'd say, you, not you, you. And when we were leaving Bangkok...
So he had a big appetite for that kind of thing?
Oh, tremendous.
Wow.
And little big man. Yeah. And I said to him, how many of you women have you had since you've been here?
This is 44.
I said, it really doesn't count, though, because you pay.
He said, no, it does, because even when I pay, sometimes I refuse.
Oh, poor little Hervé. Let me ask you about being Bond, of course. Have you been to see the new Bond since you? Did you go and see... there was, of course... now we have Daniel Craig, of course.
Casino Royale, I saw that. I thought he was terrific.
Yeah.
You know, I had been sort of protesting against negative publicity that the press were giving. They were saying, oh, he shot, you know, before he started.
He shouldn't be blonde, he's too short, yep.
And I said, why don't you give him a chance? And I'd seen the films he had done. He was an excellent actor.
You know, the new Bond's coming out in a few weeks' time. I'm going to go and see it. Do you fancy joining me? Do you want to be my date for the night? What do you mean,
You know, you're not going that in the same
No,
way.
I might yawn and put my arm around you for warmth at some stage. Hey, you know, Sir Roger Moore, we're extra delighted to see you because not only is it lovely to spend some time in his company, and I recommend the book. I've been loving it. If you like showbiz from that period, and if you want to know more about Sir Roger Moore, this is the book to get. But there's some fabulous pictures in there as well. So thank you for sharing those with us. But I'm excited because it's Sir Roger Moore's birthday next week.
Yes, indeed.
And you've come in to join us here just in, so we should all wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
I didn't want to get you a big cake, so I don't know if you're a cake man, but I understand you're very fond of the pork pie.
And ketchup.
Don't push your luck. I got you a pork pie. Here we go. This is a little birthday pork pie we got for you there. I got you. Hold it. Ah, oh, fuck! It went upwards. You know when it goes upwards?
Yeah, I wish I knew.
Well, you're clapping, but he's 81, so it might not have been a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Are you going to make a wish, Sir Roger? Will you blow it out?
Yeah, I'm quite good at blowing.
OK. You fancy a slice now?
Oh, absolutely.
I love a bit of pork pie, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah. It's the jelly I like out of them.
You know, you can buy one. There's one you can buy in the supermarkets that has...
Already cut.
Well, 8... You'd have thought they might have spared me my embarrassment there. Oh, humbug. Do you want to take some of this back for the fellas in the green room there?
Yeah.
OK. No, I'm going to have that little bit there. Get a bit of Branston. There you go. Some for you. A bit of Branston.
Very good. Is it a Walls?
No, it's some Fortnum & Masons. We splashed out, but it's all right. It's licence pays money. No one cares. What? Would you don't want me to buy him a nice pork pie? Good enough? Good enough for you?
Don't have to have dinner tonight.
That is the face of a happy birthday boy, ladies and gentlemen. So, Roger, so lovely to spend some time with you again. Join me in saying thank you really to the one and only Sir Roger Moore, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry about the pie, it's improving a bit. How about it, sir? You're going to take that back home, guys? He's off. Thank you, Roger. Sir Roger Moore, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roger.